LAPD responded to a burglary call this morning about 4:30. This was at the home of Vice President Kamala Harris. Two men dressed all in black. They were detained by police and then questioned, but then later released. The Secret Service also responding to that same call. Those two men were inside the evacuation zone while the curfew was in effect. Now, it's unclear if anybody was actually home at the time of that call.
Hollywood is defending LA Mayor Karen Bass and says that it's racist to criticize her leadership. Trump finally reveals what was said between him and former President Barack Obama. Gavin Newsom gets exposed in a blunder that ended his political career. And alleged thieves went to Vice President Kamala Harris's house amidst all the chaos. Guys, I got this and a whole lot more in today's video, but let's go ahead and kick things off with this viral post from President Donald Trump. And before I share this with you, I just want to thank y'all so much for hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. Roll clip.
Well, Mr. President.
For a second time. Barack, very nice to see you.
Congratulations. How you doing?
A lot better, Dad.
Yeah, I bet. Knew you'd win.
Oh, really? Oh, come on. Anyone could beat her.
Kidding
She's
me?
just...
I was just as appalled. You know what happened? You just didn't want to leave.
I know.
Is what happened. I did what I could to help her. She was horrendous.
I know. You know what I realized? Hillary still hates me. So much. I know. She'll never forget me. We should meet to discuss
I
things.
think so too. We can definitely set something up. Let me know whatever
Oh, we
works
got-
best for you.
I was gonna fly back to Florida tomorrow for the golf.
Okay. Did you see that? She won't even look at me.
Really? I was told. Some of her people. Apparently they said she fell off the wagon.
I think she actually may have. Sure. And also, she's not really built for this. Amount of pressure, if you're not built for it, will do it.
Now, believe it or not, guys, President Donald Trump posted this on his Truth Social account. Now, of course, it's a parody of the conversation, but as far as we know, lip readers have actually confirmed that both Trump and Obama talked about a serious conversation that they needed to have, one that's probably not as public as this one. They were quoted as saying that they needed to find a quiet place to discuss an important matter. Now, I think it's pretty clear to the naked eye that Kamala Harris was not at all happy about this. She didn't even acknowledge them. I mean, she just looked at them and said nothing. This, of course, led to speculation online, which suggested that Kamala Harris was jealous of the exchange between the former and the incoming President Donald Trump. I mean, think, if you're Kamala Harris, do you really want to see Donald Trump buddy-buddy with Barack Obama? Now, we can only speculate about Kamala Harris's feelings, but it's good to have something concrete. She posted a photo on her Instagram account that did just that. Check this out. Now, as you guys could see, her and her team left two people out of the photo. Do you think that was a mistake? I think not. The two people that are mysteriously left out of the photo would be Donald and Melania Trump. And sure, a lot of her supporters have come out to praise this crop work that she did. However, Trump supporters have said that it's petty and that there's no way for her to crop out the next 4 years. That is one fact she's not getting away with anytime soon. So go ahead and fact check that one. So the California wildfires have been unforgiving for everyone. And we've seen that the fire doesn't really care about social standing or wealth status. This includes the home of Vice President Kamala Harris in Brentwood, California. Two people were detained at her home with burglary being speculated, although the LAPD released both individuals saying that there was no evidence available to suggest that they were planning to steal from the VP's home. One law enforcement source claims that the two probably had no idea where they were, but still, it's just kind of crazy that we're still talking about all these fires in California California even days after this has gone by. And to add to all this, the fires are still spreading further into different parts of California, something that's now becoming more apparent as the state is getting all the help that it can get. Check this out.
More than 14,000 personnel from all over California, 9 states, as well as Canada and Mexico have mobilized to the bone-dry hills of Los Angeles, battling 4 active and sprawling wildfires menacing millions of people across the region. The massive Palisades fire, the largest in the city, has grown to nearly 25,000 acres, destroying an estimated 75% of Pacific Palisades. Officials say that 1/3 of the eastern edge of Malibu has been destroyed too. The Palisades fire now threatens nearby Brentwood and Encino, where additional evacuation orders have been issued. A brief break in the wind allowed aircraft to gain 11% containment Saturday as the region was bombarded with water and flame retardant. But planes were briefly grounded after drones were spotted in the airspace.
Now, as this fire continues to spread, Mayor Karen Bass of Los Angeles sent out a message that just kind of seems a little bit disconnected. And honestly, guys, seeing her smile and smirk here, it just comes off as extremely insensitive.
Angelinos, we're still going through it. And to any of you and all of you that have experienced a loss, the grief, the anger, the just utter shock, I've seen the devastation. It is unbelievable the amount of loss that people have experienced. But we have to get through this crisis, and I know that we will. I was at the Sylmar command post today, and I saw the work of our first responders and how they've been able to defeat the fires in certain areas. We know we still have much more to go, and we know the winds are going to kick up again. But we got to stick together. We got to stand strong. And then we have to rebuild our city. We're the nation's second largest city, one of the greatest cities in the world.
You and I are watching the same thing here. She's smiling as if 24 people have not been killed by these fires. And it's fair criticism given that they were grossly unprepared for this calamity. But I want to go ahead and direct your attention here to what her supporters are saying, okay? Hollywood, of all places, is defending her with actresses Yvette Nicole Brown and Kim Whitley. So here's their take on the backlash from Hollywood that LA Mayor Bass is getting.
Let me tell you something. She's got a spine of steel. Yes. And she's also been a black woman in America a very long time. So none of this is new to her. We're mad because we're tired of it. We're tired for her. We're mad for her, and we're going to stand. Listen, I don't know how you here, but I'm happy you're here. Because somebody needs to
stand, behind her and support her. Because how she handling it, you can see it in her face. She stays calm. But think about this. She has the city to take care of. She does not have time to hear from these reporters.
And she is also not mayor of every municipality in California. Yes. There are people that are mad that she didn't fix the fires in Malibu. She's not the mayor of Malibu.
You're right.
What is she supposed to do in the city she's not the mayor of?
People don't understand.
And let me say this too. I could imagine how much it would hurt to see this happening in the city that she loves. That's first. So take away how it feels for people to attack her. She's heartbroken because this is happening in her city, a city that she loves.
And the people don't understand. They don't understand how large it is, because a lot of people are sitting in other parts of the city. They're not in it. They're not in the fire. They're not in the smoke. They don't see. They're not there. They're watching TV. Why? And they want to blame someone. This is not the time to blame. It's time to get some resources. She has reached out far. We have planes coming in from other countries to help us. This is not the time. I need everybody to remain calm, be vigilant, support the leadership, support Karen Bass. That's all I can say. You cannot, this is not the time.
Okay. I need to address something here, guys. The reason why she's panicking to get more resources for her own firefighters is because she's the one that cut it. She even wanted to cut it by almost $50 million more, a decision that she made just a week before these fires started. So to say that this is about race or gender is completely misguided. And Gavin Newsom's getting the same kind of treatment. Of course, he can't really play the race card, but he's playing another kind of a card. The thing is, guys, it's not about race. It's because they've shown negligence and incompetence in their position.
Joe, do you think California Governor Gavin Newsom can survive the fallout from the devastating LA fires, or will there be a political reckoning once they are all contained?
Oh, he's gone. He can kiss the White House goodbye. This is a political disaster. Americans expect their governors and their mayors and their police chiefs and fire chiefs to get a handle on this, and they were poorly fully prepared for this. And keep in mind, there are, I think, 7 major water facilities that were supposed to be built, but they couldn't meet the ecosystems criteria as a result of Newsom's pushing on this angle here. So he's going to have to bear the burden here. And I do not think Kamala Harris is going to rush in to replace his job, because there's a lot of people there who are angry, and with good reason.
Now, imagine having Gavin Newsom as your governor, or maybe even your nephew if you're Nancy Pelosi. I'm just kidding. And imagine that they have replaced him with Kamala Harris, because you know Kamala Harris wants to run for governor in 2026? That's a nightmare scenario for everyone involved. And I want you guys to understand that Gavin Newsom is actually being treated as a serious challenge to the Republican Party. At least in the past tense, of people within California realize just how bad he is at his job. How does he afford a $9 million mortgage payment making only like $200,000 a year as a governor? How's that worth? How's that math? Anyway, what I want to ask you is, do you think Gavin Newsom deserves a spot in the White House? Because he was talking about running for 2028. I'm just saying. Now, shifting gears here just for a second, I want you guys to check out a previous live stream I did where I talked about Jack Smith's resignation, Mark Zuckerberg exposing the Biden administration, and the political future of Kamala Harris. As always, appreciate you guys watching. Thanks so much for keeping yourselves in the loop. Appreciate you guys hitting the like button and sharing these videos. We'll see you next time.